Hello, 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 everybody.
And we're here. And I got the alert, so we're live and moving.
You have no idea how wonderful it is to actually be live because try again. I'll put it that way. Anyway, we are here, folks. Wow, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, Angie, for us to be on here live. Lord have mercy.
Exactly. It feels like it's been an eternity. I haven't done Sundays in so long, and then I've been away and back and away and back. Such an emotional roller coaster. I don't know. I've been wanting to do some reading, so I hope we get a lot of new people in
Hopefully, some
today.
great energy as well, folks. Make sure we keep that energy up tonight. Make sure we get it firing.
Exactly.
Hey,
This
Venus
question is
Mentality,
good
nice to see you
energy.
in. Divine Beauty, nice to see you in. Summer Fear, nice to see you in as well. Collective
Hey,
Capricorn.
Terry T.
Terry T, yes, creating balance. Nice to see you as well. Billy Dix, nice to see you. Yes, it's been a long time. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Tonight, folks, you got to give us a question. You're welcome to give us questions. Again, if we're drawn to that question, we will answer your question. But the chances of asking a question that is so mundane and repetitive and decreases your chance of being called on to have your question answered. So again, let's make sure that we're appreciating the fact that Spirit's going to be giving you information. Use them to your advantage. Ask some really good, deep questions. And Angie is ready for every love reading there is.
Try me. Yeah, the Grim Reaper. I got my little fork right here, killing all of. Look, and the
Exactly.
card. What was the card that popped out when I said that? The Nine of Swords. You don't want to do it. Don't do it. Look at my face.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes, yes, and yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We'll refer you to Bonnie. Everybody, we refer you to Bonnie for the love readings.
Listen, Bonnie will read. She loves a love read. She wake up in the morning just like, how many love readings do I have today? That's who you need to talk to, Bonnie. Me,
Exactly.
not so much. Not so much. Not so much.
Exactly. So if you have a question, go ahead and ask a question. I see Summer said hello, Summer. If you have a question, let us know. Collective Capricorn, the same. If you have a question, let us know. Let us know. And we
We
do
are
have
ready. Somebody did put a question in there just now, and it was
the money question. May I
yeah,
have a money read? I saw that.
business
We should start off with that.
mentality.
And everybody calling on Angels 1111 who has just posted her thing saying hello, beautiful and talented people. That's the person you want to look for money for love readings, especially on YouTube. Look for calling on Angels 1111 for your love readings because that's what she.
Listen, you'll get a half an hour read on love. Just he likes me, he likes me, he likes me not. Just sitting there pulling the petals off a flower. Me, I just finish the whole flower. Nope, you don't.
Yes, 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 indeed. So again, calling on Angels 1111, and congratulations to her because she broke the 1,000 subscriber mark and in warp speed.
Quickly.
So, with that said, let's get right to it with Venus mentality. May I have a money read? Are there any blockages?
The first thing I heard when I read it is losing at life. Do you feel like you're losing at life? Do you feel like your money's flying away? Because they show me stacks of money with wings on it flying away. So more money is coming out of your life than is going in. But it's a mindset that you have. They show it to me as swords. Swords is thinking. So it's a mindset that you have against money or an attitude of never having enough or never being able to have your ends to meet. Um, Even in your job search, you're a little bit pessimistic as to whether you're going to get a job. You don't apply for the jobs that will give you the high money. And then the jobs that you do apply for, you kind of already set the negative tone when you said it. Well, this will do, or they probably won't call me. So you have a little bit of a negative attitude, but I understand that when you've been through a lot of adversity, sometimes you get into that mindset of it'll never happen or when is it happening, blah blah blah. So a lot of times when people if you're in our Tuesday night class, you'll know I always go long on everybody else's reading so they don't read me because I already know what they're going to say. It's coming, it's happening, it's this, it's that. I already know, and so I don't want to hear it. So I understand the mentality of trying to get out of that negative space regarding money. They're saying something about a shareable resource or a shareable source of. Let me see what that is because they're showing me a split screen, and I heard shareable. And when you say shareable, I think of M&M, the shareable pack of M&M. So that's yellow. That's bright. That's sunshine. I'm gonna pull a card because they're not giving me a clear answer as to what is the money blockage is a mental blockage. It has nothing to do with your ability to earn money. It's a mental blockage. There's a tower moment coming for you that's gonna kind of end this. Is gonna be that one thing that's gonna make you be like boom, and you're gonna have to see it different. It's a sudden upheaval, a sudden turn of events that's just gonna change your mindset, and then that Knight of Cups is going to come in, but it's a love of self. It's a self love. It's an eternal love. So your money, there is a money blockage, but it's an internal blockage because of adversity. And when you've gone through adversity for a long time, sometimes it's hard to pull yourself out of that. One of the things that I did, again, I saw Don and Shauna doing affirmations on here one day. And Shauna mentioned the 369 method, and I did it, and it worked immediately, and it changed my mindset. And I can't even tell you that I wholeheartedly believe when I said it. I just did it like, let me see another failure happen. It's kind of how I approached it. And when it worked, it changed my mindset on it. So you can look up the 369 method of manifesting, or you could just say our regular affirmations. I believe in infinite abundance and all my wants and needs are met. But there is a tower moment coming for you, not in the way that you're going to lose everything or you're going to have a tight money crunch. It's just going to be a mindset change, and it's going to be a spark and a boom, and it's going to change the way you think about money, and you're going to appreciate money in a different way. Not to say you're not grateful now or that you don't appreciate it now. It's just that you have this mindset about not having enough, never getting there, because you're always climbing, you're always trying to get to the top. It's like as soon as you get almost there, they either move the goal further away or they push you back down and you tumble back and you have to start all over. So it's a hard place to climb out of, but just keep keep working on it. Gosh, I hate when people tell me to keep working on something that's not working. So this tower moment is coming, and I hear 3 to 6 weeks this time frame it'll happen, and then there'll be a new job. It'll be a surprising new job. That's what I'm hearing. It'll be a surprising new job that you never even thought about, or that you never thought that you. There's something to do with electronics. Do something with video recordings or online, or something to do with media, because they're showing me a camera and like that. So it's technology. So there's a technology job or a social media thing or something to do with online that is coming towards you, something that you never thought would have happened. And that'll be your next opportunity that is coming. But 3 to 6 weeks is what they're telling me for this tower to happen, and then for that new opportunity, and then for you to pour that love onto yourself. Okay. So that's what I got for you.
For me, Venus, for me, the message came psychically and not via card today. So I was told to just leave the cards for you. Hey, Brenda, good to see you in. Um, Venus, I'm getting all talk, no action. Venus, I need you to step up. I get the fact that you want change. I get the fact that you talk about what has created the situation you're in. But I feel like you're not taking the steps that you need to take. Again, let me repeat that: need to take. I feel like you want to make change. You talk about it, but you need to get moving. You need to make something happen, and I feel like you're not doing that. And so, what I would suggest strongly is that the next time you say something, write it down. Write it. If you say something that's going to direct you someone in the direction, write it down and make sure that you read it back and see if you're doing a declarative statement or you're kind of hedging your bet. Because when you hedge your bet, when you speak of someday I'll be rich, someday does not come. When you talk about maybe I'll get out of this mess down the road, or I'll always be poor, these kind of words are not declarative statements that you want to be making, because you're declaring what your situation is and will be. So what I need you to do is I need you, first of all, to own your vocabulary. Make sure you understand what it is you're saying and you understand how that impacts you. And then more importantly, when you say you need to commit to something, do it. Don't just sit around and say, well, when's it going to change? If I can say tomorrow that I'm going to be 110 pounds, I guarantee you, me saying I'm going to be 110 pounds tomorrow ain't going to make me 110 pounds. If it was, I'd be a miracle worker and you all be hiring me to help you lose weight. but it doesn't
God,
work.
do you know how many times I done released that fat on the full moon? It ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. So mine tends to get company. Every time I tend to release it, it tends to get visitors, and there's more. It's like, wait a minute, this is going the wrong way.
We left, but we came back with some friends.
Exactly. It's like gray hair. They say don't pull one because more will come. Well, guess what? Anyway, look at all this. But the point, I'm serious about this. The one thing I really am serious about that is that, is again, make sure that you understand what you're saying, and make sure then that when you say it, you start acting on it, and don't look back. Don't question. Don't start thinking, okay, well, whatever, because the reality is right now you're not moving. I don't feel a sense of movement. I feel a sense of stuck. And if you're not moving, then you're falling behind. So whatever the decision is, jump on it, move forward. Okay.
Also, you said you have a YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel? Put that in there, and then we'll visit your channel. But what is it on your YouTube channel that you do? Do you have the commitment to it? Do you have the joy in it? Is it something that is tedious to you, or is it something that brings you joy? If it's not something that you like and you're just doing it because that's what everybody else is doing it, you're not going to like it. You're not going to do well with it. Your money is tied to your joy. What brings you joy? What makes you happy? If I could wave my little selenite magic wand right now and give you the job that you want, the salary that you want, have you decided this is how much money I want to make? This is the minimum amount I need to make my ends meet every day. If you don't have if you don't know what it is that you want, how are you going to how are you going to give the university expectation to exceed? If you'll take anything, then you'll just get anything. What is the minimum amount that you need right now to make your bills be paid every single month, to give you the breath that you need to make your ends meet, but also overlap? What is it that you would like to do right now that will make everybody already knows what I want to do? I want to do this live on stage in person. What is there a set amount of money that you want? When I got out of that lack, I need to just be able to make it. It takes a long time to get out of that mentality of survival mode and into thriving mode, and knowing that you can and you will. So what is it that you want to do right now? If I said, you know what, you can do that tomorrow, and I waved this little wand right here and said, go ahead and do it. What would be that job? What would be that salary? What would be your days? What would be your hours? What would be your time commitment? What would be the thing that would put joy on your face when you were done and you could just be like, I had a good day at work today? What would that one thing be? Have you thought about that? Yesterday was the AA portal. The energy is still open. You can still make that list. I have lists everywhere all around. I've made so many AA portals. My people are like, well, I don't know what to give her. Give it all to me. You ain't got to decide. You ain't got to pick one or two. I'm happy with you. Give me everything on my list. I have a 10 list over here, a 5 list over here, a 3 list over here, a top 5 list. You remember your fave 5? What are the top 5 things that you want to accomplish by the end of this year? What is the one thing you want to accomplish by the end of this month? What are the 3 things you want to accomplish in the next 3 months? It's okay to have multiple lists. It's okay for your list to overlap. It's okay for your list to contain the same things. That's your passion in it. What do you want? Everybody's always waiting for the Lord to tell them, for their higher power to tell me. What is it that my higher power wants me to do? He wants you to decide. He wants you to tell him what you want. He wants you to move. He wants you to give him something to work with. He does. If he wanted puppets, he'd just have a little Pinocchios around where he would just do you like this. He wants you to give him something to work on. He wants you and him to co-create. It's not a dictatorship. It's a co-creation. Remember, you have to take steps in this. What did Don say? You are not taking any action. Your action doesn't necessarily mean movement forward. It could be meditation. It could be making a list. It could be setting some intentions. Actions are very come in all different ways. So when we say action, don't think we mean that you have to go out and go do something, because that's just idle movement. You could just be spinning your wheels, running around in circles, doing nothing. There's different actions that you can take that'll get you moving and focusing on your way to your destiny. So decide what you want, and then reject everything else that doesn't look like it.
And do some rituals. Even if you don't believe in rituals, you need to start trying them, because you will change your mind. I am telling you. Take a $5 bill or a $1 bill. Put some ground cinnamon on it. Stand outside in front of your door, keeping your front door open. The front door. Let me repeat this: the front door. I don't care if you go in and out of the door all the time. I don't care if you go through. I'm telling you, front door. No matter what. Not the door you always go in and out of. Doesn't matter. Front door. Anyway, take a bill, a dollar bill, a $5 bill, 10, whatever bill you want. Put some ground cinnamon on it, and in the ground cinnamon, push through and create the infinity sign. Okay, infinity by moving the cinnamon. Okay, and then once you've done that for maybe 30 seconds, then blow that ground cinnamon into the house. Again, cinnamon is going to bring you abundance. Cinnamon is going to be telling the world that abundance comes here. So do the ritual, get yourself that opportunity, make that happen. Again, these are active things you can do. You know, that's one good thing. Hey, Shauna, nice to see
She
you.
said, I don't know how much I wanted. It's just been coming up for me. I just want money to take care of myself. So you don't care how the money came. You don't care if somebody get hit and then one of your relatives die and that's how you get the money. You don't care how the money come. You just want some money. Don't say that you want it to come from a positive source. You know what you want. You're either afraid to say what it is because it's too great. Because there's been times that Spirit has given me stuff and I've been like, whoa, that's too big. That ain't gonna happen. And it's a little fear in it. But you know what you want. Even if it's just swimming, you could be a lifeguard. There's something that you like doing. If it's taking pictures, it could be a model, or you could be a photographer. There is something in life that you like doing that you can get paid to do. So don't say you don't know. You're afraid to say. You're
Yep.
afraid to admit whatever it is that you want. We all know something that makes us happy. Even if it's reading, you could do voiceovers on a book. You could read to little children. You could do all kinds of stuff. So there is something in your life that brings you joy that you can also get paid for. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that the Uber people really thought, you know what, before it happened, that it was an idea, it was something in their head? Uber Eats, all of these things were ideas in somebody's head, and they thought, that'll be a good idea, and then it became something that is a service that we're utilizing now. So whatever that service is, like, did you really think that there would be a service where people was putting individual lashes on the eyes that you already got? So think about it. There's always a service that you can provide to somebody, even if it's, just talking to somebody, counseling somebody, healing somebody. There is a service that you can give to somebody. If it doesn't bring you joy, then don't do it. If you don't like being on YouTube, then don't do it. If you're afraid to be in front of the camera, then don't do it. Maybe your calling is behind the camera. If you don't know what it is, then that's what your prayer needs to be at night. That's what your desire needs to be. We just had the full moon. You know what you can say? You can say this anytime. I release all that no longer serves me. I release doubt. I release confusion, because you're standing in a space of confusion where you're saying you don't know. I release confusion. I call in clarity so I know exactly what it is I want. What are the top 3 things? What is it that you wanted to be as a child? Why are they showing me a ballerina? Did you want to be a dancer? Is there something that you wanted to do as a child that you never got a chance to do, and now you're afraid as an adult to dream big for? I know those situations where you've dreamed so hard before and it didn't happen, so you stopped dreaming, you stopped caring. There's highs and lows in life. It's not always going to be high and it's not always going to be low. You have to find the rhythm that lets you know, this is my center. Everything else is off center. How do I get back here? So where's your center? Where is your grounding point? Where is your you? Find you. So you don't need to be asking us where your money's going to come from. What you need to be asking is, what is it that I like? What is my next step? Where do I go? How do I move forward? What is my next step? Those are the things you need to pray at night. What is my next step? In the morning, what do I need to do when I wake up? A lot of people, when they wake up, we have a meeting with our guides. Hey, what are we going to do today? I say every morning when I wake up, today's going to be a great day. Whether I believe it or not, I say it. The job that I do, I said every source of information that I need is coming to me today. Every person that I need to talk to bring me the information that I need is coming to me today. Everybody will work with me cooperatively and happily and in a positive spirit. I call those in before I get out of bed, because I know what my day is like if I don't call those things. I know what it's like dealing with difficult people. And even if I have a setback where they push me down, I stand right back up and say, you know what, the rest of today is going to be a good day. We were stuck in the airport for 24 hours with that Delta situation. When I got home Monday night, soon as the plane touched down in Phoenix, I cried because my security was back in place. You know what I said Tuesday morning? Today's going to be a great day. Monday was a bad day. Today's going to be a great day. You know what Tuesday was? A great day. You know what Wednesday's been? Another great day. I anticipated that it was going to be a great day, and I made it a great day. Whether I believed it or not, I said it. And then as it happened, I understood. So the more you say it, the more that it starts to happen for you. Just wake up and say, today's going to be a great day. Today I'm going to find the job that I love. Today I'm going to find the source of income that makes my ends meet and overlap. Say it every single morning. You find the verbiage that makes sense to you. You don't have to say what I say. Say what makes sense to you, and then you'll get where you need to be.
So again, most importantly, I would again, it's all about it's what you're thinking. And again, if you put the block in your head, then you have to remove that block. And again, I believe in infinite abundance, infinite abundance. Once my wants and needs are always met. Again, if that's what you say, then again, don't worry about the amount because the amount will find itself. I wanted to mention something. Thank you again, Venus, for coming in. Appreciate that. I wanted to mention something. LMT popped on here, and she says, "Hello, Don and Angie. Good to see you. See the old gang." Don, last week you and Shauna told me of very helpful people coming to your rescue. This week, people from the past 20 years ago, new friends have told me that we are here for you. We're going to help you what you want. And then she said she just wanted to make sure that she put that out there that people did step up the way that she was told it would. So thank you for the confirmation. We appreciate that very, 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 very much. So, and also people, it's interesting. We talk about our rituals, as I just talked about the cinnamon ritual. And as you know, I talk about the salt ritual across your threshold. I was in New Orleans. And in New Orleans, I love this. I'm going to pull it up for you guys. In New Orleans, they had, I was walking down, we're headed to a bar, from one bar to the next. And I froze because I found this and I had to take the picture. So I'm going to try to find it here. Where is it? Drum roll. I'm trying to find it. Sorry. I should have already had it up.
Like I told Don, my grandmother used to do that all the time. Put salt in front of her door. She wouldn't let you cross in the front door and go out the back door because she said you were crossing her house. She put peppers outside her door and let them dry to keep evil out. Like all these things my grandmother did, and I had no clue what it was. I never even paid attention of it. And he's seeing it real life.
Do you all see this? Can you all see this? Hopefully you can. Text us and let us know. This is it says it stopped sharing. Yeah, okay. Anyway, this was walking down the street and I saw that and I stopped and I asked the couple we were with who were from New Orleans and I said, "What is that?" I said, "Is that salt?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, everybody puts it out there the first of the month." And she repeated the same ritual that I tell everybody about. And she's like, "Of course." And I said, "How about cinnamon?" She said, "We put it on the windowsill. We have it on all of our windowsills every month."
We're not teaching you nothing new, people. These are the same things our ancestors had. We're not reinventing the wheel. We haven't come up with some magic potion to come up with it. These are the same natural things that you have upon the earth that they had back then. All they had was the herbs, the sun, the moon, the stars, the oceans. We're not telling you anything new. This technology stuff is new. All of this stuff that we're doing right here is new, but passing down these little rituals, this isn't nothing new. This is the same old tried and true things. And my grandmother kept money, let me tell you that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sherry, very nice
to burn candles all the time.
And Shelly, nice to see you in as well. Yeah, Kelly Dick said I saw my entrance as well. Absolutely. It's and LMT says, "Love it, Don. In Jamaica, we burn a broom upside down for guests who
turn a broom upside down."
Say what?
It's turn a broom. You said burn because people be setting their brooms on fire around here.
I don't know exactly. Maybe it was a little. I don't know. Anyway,
fire started to get the heat going.
Whatever it takes. It's interesting in the 1700s, like with when Washington was our president and a few others, they would when you came, they would put in your room, your bedroom that you visited, where you stayed, they would put a pineapple, and that was to welcome you. And the next time you got a pineapple in your room, that was letting you know it's time to leave. Oh yeah, that was their polite way of saying hello and goodbye.
Listen, sometimes we have to say without saying it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Next in line, we have Summer. And Summer is asking, long story behind it, but I feel like I have a block placed on me from an ex-in-law blocking positive to succeed. CO, I guess. I'm gonna
Don, didn't you guys just talk about this? You and Shauna, like, you only have a block if you accept the block. Like, you only have things like that if you submit to it.
to buy into it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you buy into it, I don't believe you have a block placed on you by an in-law. So let me tell you this: if you're saying that your in-law put a block on you, you're saying that the power that your in-law have is higher than the power of the God that you serve or the higher power that you believe in. So you're telling me that your in-law has a greater power than the power of the person of your higher power. So whoever you pray to can't keep you from getting a block put on you. Is that what you're saying? That you're serving a lesser God, a God that's lesser than your in-law? Is that what you're telling me, Summer Breeze? That you believe that your in-law is higher than the God you serve? I don't want to believe that, and I know you don't believe that. So stop submitting to thinking that it's a block. Just because we have a series of things that are bad luck or that we think are not happening, sometimes we let people speak negativity over us. Sometimes we let people say things and it gets embedded in our head. A lot of people think that I'm an aggressive person, I'm a mean person, I'm a this person. You know what? You could believe what you want about. And then some people think that I'm the nicest person ever and that I am, a kind person. People are going to believe whatever they want to believe about you, and they're going to speak over you whatever they want to speak over you. When we went through this situation with Delta, everybody kept telling us, oh, y'all ain't going to get no money back. It was weather related. Y'all ain't get no money back. What happened this morning? They sent us an email that said you get a refund for a portion of your trip. So don't let people speak negativity in your life. Do what you want to do. I still submitted my request, and I submitted a request for another refund. So don't let people tell you who you are, what you are, and what you're going to be. People can call you whatever they are. What are you going to answer to? Who are you going to define who you are? I posted something today every day. A5 says, I love you. I love me and all of my stubbornness, all of my strength, all of my everything that people think that is negative about me. I still love it. The guys that I have chose me because of my stubbornness, because of my willing to stand my ground. They didn't choose me. They didn't choose nobody else. They choose me. They knew who they were going to get. So if we have to fight back and forth, they go fight back and forth. But like I tell them all the time, this body go wear out. Now, you can either fix me right here where I'm at, or I'll be back and y'all gonna be back too. So do y'all want me all over again, or is y'all gonna fix me right now? We gonna have to, it's gonna be a meeting of the mind. So all you have to do is tell your higher power to remove anything, to block anything. So no, I don't think that there's a block on you. I believe that you're submitting to something that you don't have to, because your God would not, it can't, your God can't be lesser than your ex. And if you think that your ex family person is having a problem with you, put their name on a piece of paper, put that piece of paper in a plastic bag, and put that in the freezer. It does not harm them, but it gets them off of you if you truly believe that they are doing something to you.
Yep.
And let me tell you, that freezing spell worked, because we had a person who used to come here every week, Tarot Destroyer, and post all these nasty things and all these scriptures and tell us we were godless. I put that sucker name on that piece of paper, put that piece of paper in the freezer, and he ain't been back. So if you want to get them off of you, there's truly things that you can do that don't harm them, but also help you. Speaking, life and death is in the power of the tongue. I repel all negativity that happens toward me. I command all negative spirits, all blockages, everything that is opposing my greatest and highest good to go away, to leave. Burn some sage. Do whatever you have to do. But it's what you believe in. No, there's no blockages on you, honey.
And to help you with that, take another step, is that when you, another way, Summer, for you to do this is do a visualization exercise. Get yourself, do some heavy breathing, breathe in, hear yourself breathe in, hear yourself exhale. So breathe in 3, breathe out 3, breathe in 3. And then about after the 4th or 5th time, again, listening to yourself breathe. You need to hear it because it's part of the rhythm that you're bringing into this. And then once you're doing that, I want you to visualize the name of the individual that you feel is having any control over you. Visualize their name. And then what I want you to do is I want you to create in your hands like eggshells, one on each side, right? And then just encompass it in there and put it in there, or create a mirror ball that's on its inside. So it's inside. And again, encompass it, put the person in that, and then throw that ball. Again, it's that visualization that's telling the universe that you're not buying into this and that they need to go away and do that. And then one other thing you can do is on a piece, on a bay leaf, write their name on a bay leaf, burn that bay leaf. It's not easy to burn, but burn that bay leaf. and make sure that you burn all the way, and then put the remnants into the ground. Just put them on the ground, let them go in. Those are two ways that will help. Again, part of it is our psychology, because we are letting ourselves buy into the fact that that we're letting control. And the second part is that if they even have it, then take the steps. But most importantly, be proactive and do what you can do, because most of the time, again, it starts here. If you can visualize, if you can see something, then you can make something happen. And that's the most important thing. And believe me, I go back with what Angie said. If your higher power is stronger than, and your higher power is the same as theirs, probably. And if you guys believe in the same higher power, then their higher power is not going to allow them to do harm, because that's not what our higher powers do. Our higher power created us to bring good things to us, not to allow us to cause harm to somebody else.
You said you feel like you've been fighting his black magic. That's because every time something negative happens in your life, you attribute it to this. You give it power. You make it bigger. You make the cloud bigger over your head. So if I stump my toe, and then I'd be like, oh my God, that's my ex-boyfriend making me injure myself so I don't go to work. Oh my gosh, I got a flat tire. My ex must have wished that I get a flat tire today. Sometimes it just happens that you ran over a nail and you got a flat tire. Do you know it could be your higher power keeping you from getting to an accident? Do you know it could be your higher power helping you to avoid something that's big? So instead of attributed to the black magic of it, attributed to the golden Christ light of prevention. Don't give power to what they're doing. You could believe that they're doing this to you and feed into it and give it more power and make it bigger and bigger and bigger. But that's you giving it power, not you taking back your power. You're a stronger being than anything that could ever come upon you. So you need to speak life into your situation, not into them. Listen, when I work out and I have to be doing them punches, he said, imagine somebody you hate and just be punching them. But let me tell you, I'll be punching the hell out of some people. It be some people who be getting a 1, 2, 3 every time I do it. Every time I do it. But you have to decide, do your exercise, and every time you hit him, boom, down one more time. Listen, sometimes people be making me so angry that I have to go through and just play it out in my mind. What if I just run this person over? What if I just, take a bat and just whack-a-mole this person? I can play it out in my head so I don't have to play it out in real life. It gives me enough release, enough joy, and enough energy to move on and be like, you know what? I feel better. I feel better. Mm-hmm. I don't even wish negative stuff on people. I send back the energy in the same light that it came to me. When negative things come to me, or I think that there's negative things, I send it back in the light that it was sent it to me. I repel this, whatever it is, I send it back to the source in the light that it was intended to come to me.
Yep.
So you decide how you want your situation to be. You can speak life into it, or you can speak death into it. It's all in the power of the tongue. If you're a person who reads the Bible, do you even understand what you're reading? Do you understand the power that the Bible gives you, that the words of the Bible give you? Most of the people don't. I was an adult before I understood life and death is in the power of the tongue. Before I understood that the things that I speak over myself are the things that I am manifesting in life. So once you decide that your light is stronger than your dark, it'll be your dark will be stronger than your light.
Shauna over at Naturally Divine Goddess, she did a video on this, and I just posted it for you here. So Summer, if you have a phone, open your phone on your camera, click on look on the QR code there, and when you do, it'll take you to that video, and so it'll click, and then you hit the white part. That is one way to go see this. This is a good video for somebody who feels they're being a victim. And it's taking your power back. That's the message that she's giving here. She's channeled this message. So you may want to go there. Everybody should have this saved, because everybody from time to time, we feel like, okay, we're being victimized. We're the victim. And sometimes we need to, when that starts slipping in, this is a good thing to have known the information that's in this video. And Shauna does it so well. She handles it in a very respectful way. But it reminds us, again, the power starts and ends here. If you give this, if you surrender this, then anything is possible, because you've given that in, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Don't go there. So you got this, Sean. You got this, Summer. Shake it off, and you know what? Do the things we talked about, and you'll see that, again, the mindset, it's so important.
So you'll be fine. Listen, I was watching Charm today. I watched 3 episodes of Charms. I got so many nuggets of information. Watch Charm. It is a lot of good, powerful information in there. Like it seems like magic and fun and trickery and stuff like that. But there's a lot of good nuggets of information about life in there. So go ahead, watch Charm, the old series of Charms. I never watched the new one, but the old series of Charms is a good one. So is the Medium with Patricia Arquette. There's a lot of good stuff on there that gives you strength to move forward. Because sometimes you just don't want to hear the affirmations, and sometimes you don't want to hear somebody telling you that you need to see it this way, you need to see this. Sometimes you just need to get absorbed in something, and then that nugget of information will come to you. It's not always a meditation. It's not always something where you're intending to receive. Sometimes it just comes. I've been looking at a commercial and been like, One of the things that I've learned that I've been saying all week, two things could be possible at once. I could be happy for you, but also wondering where my miracle is too. It doesn't negate the fact that I'm happy for you. It just makes me wonder, what is it that I need to do? Or is there something that I'm missing in order to move myself forward? So know that two things could be true at once.
Yep.
Yes, you could be having a series of bad luck, but then it could also be your mindset that is keeping you in that situation.
Absolutely. So hopefully it helps you, Summer. And Angie, I got to show you this. I probably showed this, but I'll show it to everybody else too. I was in New Orleans this past weekend, getting ready for finalizing some things for our birthday party in October, and we need an excuse to go to New Orleans, but that was a good excuse anyway. So we're there, and it was such fun. But I found this. I went to a bar. It's called a Vampire Boutique Apothecary. And one of the things that they sell there is this, which I love. I'll show you all. This is a blood bag. Now, what they have this filled with pomegranate juice and vodka, and they have some others that that are still the red, but it looks like a blood bag, and I think it's so cool. So I actually brought the blood bag back with me. I thought it was just the funniest thing in the world.
Summer, they keep showing me you in a chef outfit, and I believe that you're a chef or a cook or something. And they keep asking me, what is it that is keeping you from doing it on your own? What is keeping you from branching out and doing it for yourself? Like you're under the umbrella of somebody else, like you work for somebody else. What is keeping you from creating your own line? I think we've had this discussion where I've seen you doing pastries, and I think that's your mother-in-law or somebody else on the other, another family member, you work under them. They're saying, what is it that's keeping you from doing it? What is it that's keeping you from moving forward and getting your business up and started? You said yes, money. They're saying some of the things that you have to cook or that you could cook or that you could do doesn't cost a lot. Like it doesn't cost a lot to do a lot of the things that you want to do. You're seeing it as, oh, I want to open my own business. I don't have the money. I won't be able to get a loan. They're saying, what are the small steps that you could take to get there? What are the places that you could say, listen, let me tell you this. I know an old lady, and I ain't going to tell you how I know her, who can sell some plates, and she ain't got no kind of chef license. She don't know how to do nothing. All she loves to do is cook. She tell people she about to cook, and let me tell you, them plates get the flying. She sell out every single time. That don't cost you nothing but to have some food and to sell it. Holidays are coming up. You've missed so many opportunities. So many holidays have come up. You could have sold cookies. You could have sold cakes. You could have you announce these things and let people know that it's coming, and then you take orders. So then you know how much money you need to spend. What's the next holiday coming up? Okay, make some little flag cookies or veteran cookies or whatever you need to do. Make some kind of something. Announce that it's coming and take orders. So now you know this is how much resources I need to, and then you sell that. And then you do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It's not that hard. It's you thinking outside the box. How do I make money doing what I want to do? This is what I want to do every single day, and I want to do it live, and I want to do it on stage, but I have to do it this way until I can get paid to do it the way that I want to do. So that means, no, I can't quit my other job. This is just another thing that I tack on to what I do every day. And yes, some days I'm tired, but until I get to where I want to be, I have to do all of these things. So you decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. So what you need to be asking is, how do I get from where I am now, where I don't have enough money to do what I want to do, to where I can make the money? What is my next step? How do I do this? And then you you journal this. When I got back from that ordeal with Delta, I wrote 5 or 6 pages in my journal about the whole situation and what happened to me and how I feel. And I decompressed and I let all my emotions go. I got so much inspiration. I got so much stuff. I got so much movement that I need to go forward. And what I said was, what is the first thing that I need to do in order to make these things happen? So the first thing that I need to do was get back in here and start doing readings again because I haven't done it in a long time. So you asked, what is your next step? How do I start making money from what it is that I love to do? And if cooking isn't what you love to do, then maybe you need to do something else. So that's what I got.
With that said, don't forget, folks, like, share, subscribe, and follow, please. And if you had, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. It was about Summer, but you go ahead because I'll get to her after you're done.
Go ahead.
She says, I'm lucky to put food on the table. Sadly, that's not sad. That's a blessing. There's people who can't put food on the table. So you said you're lucky to put, you negated it as soon as you said it. I'm lucky to put food on the table, sadly. So from where you said that, oh, I'm lucky and I'm grateful to have it, it's a sadness that I'm lucky to have it. It's not sad. I'm lucky to put food on the table, period. End of the sentence. That's it. I'm grateful to put food on the table, period. End of the sentence. Not sadly, not whatever. I'm grateful. I'm lucky. I'm happy. I'm blessed to be able to put food on the table. There's people that I pass on the street right now who don't even have a table. You got a table and food to put on it. You showing off right now. They ain't got nothing. So go ahead and then you can ask people, what is it that you want me to make? Maybe you're making chocolate bombs and that's not what you want. I bought my son chocolate bombs for Christmas. You know where they at? Up in his closet, 5 of them. I bought him 5, 3 of them still in the closet because he didn't want chocolate bombs. So find out what it is that people want for Christmas and that's what you need to make. Chocolate bombs are what you enjoy making, but is that what people want to consume? If that's not what they want, then you're wasting your time making them. That's a decadent thing that not many people may like. But who don't like a cookie? Who don't like a parfait? Who don't like things like that? Find out what the people want and then make what they want. Give them what they want. That don't cost a lot. I know cookies don't cost a lot to make. Or you know what? I don't know the cookies don't like because I don't bake, but I'm just saying. It seems like you can make a whole bunch of them before you can make a chocolate bomb.
But the most important thing, Summer, is again, there's a card that I just had the other day that I popped out for somebody, and it just said that you can. Well, I'll just say I'll put it in a very basic way, and that because I don't need to get creative. But the most important thing is it an obstacle or an opportunity? Make sure that you start seeing things that could be seen as an obstacle. See those as an opportunity, and if you see them as an opportunity, then you can happily face them and take them and build upon them. And I tell everybody this. I'm not telling just some of them. I'm telling everybody. When vocabulary is so important. So make sure that when you speak, you can see an obstacle. But if you see an obstacle and you call it an obstacle, it's an obstacle. If you see an obstacle and you call it an opportunity, damn, now the whole world has changed for you because now you can see variations or ways to work around it. Again, when you see an obstacle, the first thing you think is, I've got to fight. I've got to climb. I've got to push. If you see an opportunity, you're like, damn, I have an opportunity. Again, an opportunity is truly an opportunity in that sense. And so it's a chance, a window, a moment where you can do something different and see it differently. Therefore, you can accept it and work with it. So I strongly suggest everybody, please watch your vocabulary as you say things. And again, when you see an obstacle, if you accept it as an obstacle, it is, but now you have to fight. But if you see it if you see the problem as an opportunity, is an opportunity to help you grow, is an opportunity to help you understand, is an opportunity to help you figure a different way, because guess what? Maybe the roadblock was thrown there to divert you because the way you were going, Spirit's like, that's not where you needed to be. Again, we don't know exactly why, but when it pops up, you say, okay, opportunity. I have an opportunity to try something new. I just got fired. Obstacle, I'm broke. I just got fired. I can't do anything. I'm a loser. Nobody likes me. Or I just got fired. Now I can go off and do what I need to do and find a new way to make money, because maybe this is a better way I'm supposed to be, because I didn't like that job. That job kept me constrained. A lot of people, when COVID hit, a lot of people were let go because, again, things shut down. Do you know what? When they started hiring people back, a lot of people said, I ain't going back there. No. I didn't have an obstacle. I had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to say, I didn't want that, and I don't want that for me. And I have an opportunity to find a new way, and I moved a new way. A lot of people did that. That's why everybody thought everybody could go back to work. No. People said, hell, why should I, when I'm not appreciated there, when I'm paid like crap and I'm treated like crap, and that's not what I wanted anyway. I spend 12 hours a day there and get nothing. I can do something different, and they did. Again, was it an opportunity or an obstacle? They saw it as an opportunity. Yeah, I lost my job, but damn, I'm going my own way. Again, that's what I'm bringing to you.
Let me tell you, the job that I'm at now, I quit, came back, quit, came back, quit again, and came back. This is my third time being there. Spirit said this. I said what I said. This is where you're supposed to be. And I quit, and I came back, and I quit, and I came back. Listen, you have to find the opportunity in whatever it is. I was one of them people pre-COVID was like, oh, I don't want to work from home. I want a separation of work and home. When I leave work, I want to leave it there. Listen, you would have to fight me right now to make me go back into the office. Like, for real, we'll be right there boxing in the street. I don't ever want to go back in the office. But when the opportunity came, instead of seeing it as an obstacle, like, oh my God, I got to work from home. Now I'm like, ooh, child, if they ever send me back to the office, I might fight somebody. You have to see it as what it is, an opportunity. Some of the suggestions that they're even giving you in there is like, maybe you should do chocolate covered strawberries, chocolate covered pretzels, chocolate covered anything. People, chocolate covered bacon. Well, that's kind of expensive because pigs, for some reason, pigs cost a lot now. But I mean, there's all different.
But you know what? That's not a bad idea. Chocolate covered bacon. I know people are going to snatch that up.
Hello, chocolate covered bacon, chocolate covered strawberries. Listen, Brandon, no. Anytime a holiday come up, I want some chocolate covered strawberries. I want chocolate covered pretzels are good too. Let me tell you, all these things you have to know what it is that you like. If you're in the food industry, you should know what people like to eat and be able to supply that need for them. Not just what you want, but what is it that people like to eat, and then make that for them and give them the opportunity. You don't also have to do it around a holiday. Just pick a weekend and be like, you know what, in the back to school sale. And then you could have been selling back to school cookies. You could have been selling little backpack cookies for kids. Hey, congratulate your kids on the first day of school. Birthday cakes. There's all different kind of things that you can do. It's you finding the passion and the ideas and getting it done. See it as another way of doing things. Again, when I talk about the thing that happened to us at the airport, it was an obstacle while I was going through it. But when I got home and got some clarity, I saw it as an opportunity to be grateful for an advance in my situation. Several years ago, we may not have been able to come up with $1,000 between all of us that was there. But then we came up with like $3,000 to get ourselves home. So that you know what they told me? Be grateful for your increase of income because you weren't subject to whatever the airlines did to you. You were able to see the situation, pay for it, and get yourself out of that situation. Several years ago, I would have still been sitting in that airport until Tuesday or Wednesday, just under whatever they had been able to do. But I was able to take control because of my financial situation. And so what I had to do was find grace and mercy. And that's what my emergency fund is, an emergency happy, and I had to use it. I thought, oh my God, I got to take some money out of my savings account. And they like, food, that's what your savings account is for. An emergency situation. This is an emergency. See it as an opportunity to see how far you've come from where you used to be. Your ends used to never meet. Now they overlap.
Oh, and look at one thing. Angie is the rising star for this. Who would have thought that we need more cakes in this world, right? Everybody, there's so many people makes cakes, but somebody came up with this nothing but cakes, right? So it calls everything but, what is it called?
Nothing but cakes.
Yeah. And yet those things are so delicious and they are so terribly devilish because once you had them, you need more. And so they sell out, and they're not cheap. They are not cheap, but they are damn good, and they sell. And Angie will tell you, I mean, there's cakes out the wazoo, and yet somebody came up with this cake.
And it's just little bunk cakes, guys. She don't do nothing fancy. It's bunk cakes with lines of frosting on it.
Yep.
Big ones, little ones, mini ones, just bunk cakes. She don't do nothing else. Nothing but cakes. That's it.
Yep.
How simple is that idea?
And yet the woman sells it out, and
It's franchised all over the world.
yes, and it was an idea. It was an idea that had already been done many times, but she said, you know what? I make a product that is amazing, and I'm putting it out there, and everybody responded. That's like when the cupcake phase came, when there's I can't remember the name of the company, but it was the one that sprinkles, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I was on Rodeo Drive with my mom and dad. He was still alive at the time. We're walking down Rodeo Drive, and off to the right, there's Rodeo Drive this way, and then a little spur here. And there was the sprinkles. And the day before, I was on Rodeo Drive, and the line was out the door and down the road and everything else. And the next day, when I was there with them, there was nobody there. So we snuck in there real quick and got it. And I tell you, it's amazing. People were paying $5 a cupcake. Again, you even if you think it's been done before, if you put out a great product and you're gonna shake the trees, you know. So that's all I'm saying. And it's interesting. My sister just reported that in Annapolis, Maryland, they sell chocolate covered bacon.
Listen, if you've ever had chocolate covered bacon, it'll change your life. I've had chocolate covered bacon.
I've not had it, but she's telling me they serve it. They sell it there. Yeah, apparently the Amish make it, and then they sell it in Annapolis. So,
I've had it here in Arizona. I don't even remember where I had it, but it was good. There's a lady in here, Maria Gill. She asked, can you see if I'm having another baby? The answer is yes. I don't know that it's immediately, and I'm not saying that you're pregnant, but I see a little blue car, like a little blue race car, like one of those, not Power Wheels, but you know, the little cars that the kids can get in and drive themselves. I see one of those, and then I see a red wagon. So I see that you'll have multiple. So you'll either have two when it's totally done, or you'll have two more. But the wagon for me means that there's multiple kids in that wagon, and then there's a little boy. So your next one will be a little boy for Maria Gill. So yes, you will have another baby. I don't know that I don't see you pregnant now, but I do see another baby coming. I do see a little boy. So that's what I got for you, Miss Maria.
Nice. Hopefully that's what you wanted. So next in line, by the way, we started with Kelly Dix.
Okay. Oh, and I got something on her. As soon as I read it, feeling off a little bit. Okay. So I can personally relate to your guides not being able to talk to you or kind of feeling distance from them. So imagine this. You've gone through all this learning, all this, information that you've gathered from your guides and all this knowledge that you've gained. And so now it's time for you to put it in action. They're not going to tell you every step of the way, everything that you need to do, because what's the point of teaching you how to do it if I have to spoon feed you every sense of the way? So think about the knowledge that you gain and how can you use it in the absence of them. So my mom taught me how to make cornbread. So every single time I make cornbread, I don't have to call her and be like, Mom, how do I make it? Do I mix it up? That's what she taught me. So in the times that I need to make cornbread, I get all the ingredients together. I do everything she did. I stir it up. I put it in the oven and boom, I got cornbread. I don't need to call her every single time I need to make cornbread. She taught me how to do it. She gave me the tools to know how to do it. So they've given you the tools and they've given you this understanding. They've given you clarity. Now is your time to put those steps in action. So if there's a decision that you need to make, then what do you need to do? Okay, I need to decide if I want to buy a new car. So when I go into the dealership, how do I feel about it when I come in there? What is the feeling that I get? That's that empathetic side from you. That's that you using your intuition, your gut feeling. Okay, what logically them swords are telling me, is this affordable? When I go in there, I need to know how much money I need to have when I get to do it. Is there a car that I even like in here? Is there something that I need to know? So they've given you the tools. Now it's time for you to use them so that you can go to the next level. If you can't master it at this level, why would I take you to the next level? And I'm not going to keep telling you every single day what to do. I'm not going to tell you to get up, make your bed today, get in your car today, drive to work today, type on the computer today. I've given you the tools and the ability to know how to do it. Do you know how to apply that to your life? You don't need to hear them every single day. Yes, there is going to be a disconnect. There's a lot of times that I have a disconnect, and each time that I make it to a different level, my disconnect get bigger and bigger and bigger because they need to know that I'm mastering what they're giving me. Otherwise, that they're just giving me a whole bunch of information that I'm just putting in a box in storage and I'm not using. It's wasting their time and it's wasting my time. Are you utilizing the knowledge that they gave you? Do you know how to make a decision based on the tools that they've already given you? Do you know how to say, I don't understand. I don't know how to do it. I need more help. I need more direction. But you have to at least apply it in some kind of way to even know if you're understanding what it is that they're giving to you. So you said you do all that you've learned from us. Any reason why you're confused? It's because you're wanting them to spoon feed you. You want someone to carry you every step of the way. All right, we went from step A to B. Now I need you to take me from C to D, from D to E. No, they're saying, I've given you the information, apply it. Then I'll take you to the next step. Are you applying the information? There's no disconnect. They're always there. They're just waiting on you to utilize what I've already given you. Why would I give you more if you're not giving it to you? If I give you $1,000, you're just going to hold it and let it sit in your hand. Then why would I give you another $1,000? You're not even utilizing what I gave you. I'm not going to keep giving you things. Remember the story of the talents in the Bible, how they gave it to them, and one person invested his and the other person buried his. So they took the money from the person who buried his and gave it to the person who utilized theirs. If you're not going to use the talents and skills and abilities that I gave you, and when I say skills and ability, it doesn't mean being able to read minds and psychic abilities. It means being able to just logically move through life. Are you able to see a situation, analyze it, and make a positive decision in your best interest? Are you able to deduce what the next step is based on the things that you see? Are you able to understand how to navigate through a situation without them having to drag you along with the leash every single time? So they're not gone, they're not being far from you. What they're saying is, can you grow up in your spiritual journey? Can you move forward and stand up straight instead of still being down? It's no longer time to be bottle fed. You need to move forward. So that's
It's
what I
like
got.
it's kind of like they are your spirits and spirit guides are like training wheels. They go with you until you can ride the bike without them, and then they detach. They're still there, and you can always put them back on if you need them. But generally speaking, they work with you to teach you to accentuate your abilities to the point where you can direct connect with the energies around you. Because again, they're helping you connect to that energy. They're not they'll spoon feed you initially, and then they help you a little more and a little more until you finally come into your gifts. Now, the one other thing that could be happening here isn't so much that, but it also could be that you are you became so dependent on one of your gifts to the point where they said, okay, you've excluded something else, so we're going to tamper down this one. We're going to make this one come down a little less. So where you have to understand that you try using the other gift. So say again. So say you're somebody who maybe has the ability to hear, and it's like all you did was hear and you didn't think about seeing or knowing or whatever, and so you just got very comfortable with hearing, and they're like, oh, no, you need to round it out, so we're gonna bring this down a little bit. They're forcing you to use your other senses to use the ability to visualize, the ability to sense, the ability to smell, the ability, whatever that ability is, and then when you get that, when you start using that ability and growing that ability, they'll bring this back up. So therefore you round yourself out. So sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they'll come in and intentionally bring you down on one side, forcing you to increase your ability on the other side, ensuring that you have more than one way of reaching out. But most importantly, they're training wheels. And when the training wheels are off, it's because they believe you can run. So now you have to, again, have faith and confidence in what you're getting, whatever it might be, from spirit, from not so much from spirit, but from energy, because that's who you should be connecting through. Spirit only helps us. The energy is where we're getting our information generally.
But they're also telling me that she's asked for things to be released. She's asked, like, you know how we say release all those things that no longer serve me.
Mhm.
She's asking for things to be released. They're releasing them, and she's holding on to them. She's pulling them back, and so she's confused. Like, what is this push pull? What is this push pull? I it took me a long time to figure this out. I would say I release all what no longer serves me, and then I'd have an emotional day or a draining day, and I'd be like, just I know what my center is. I know where I should be emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. I know where I should be. I know me well enough to know when I'm off, way off, where I'm too far to the left or I'm too far to the right, and so I have to stop and be like, hold on. You know what? I acknowledge whatever that is leaving me. I allow you to leave, and I move forward in the positivity of whatever it is that you're bringing into my life. So what you need to do is to recognize that something is trying to leave, and you're holding on to it, or it's fighting to go. It could be, negativity. It could be depression. It could be anger. It could be resentment. It could be all these things that are trying to leave. You said release those things that no longer serve me, and they're trying to go, and you're holding on to them. And so you're feeling like spirit is empty. No, there's a tug of war, and they're not going to fight with you. They're going to let you. They're going to let you fight yourself. So if these things need to go, then you need to acknowledge. You know what it is. I don't know what it is that's leaving me. I acknowledge it. You can go. I move forward in positivity, and then watch your day get better. And so then the next day, I'm back on my ground. I'm back where I need to be. People will tell me, "Oh, you need to go touch a tree. Oh, you need to walk outside bare feet." Sometimes I just need to let go of what I was holding on to get my center back. I don't always need to do, because what works for me doesn't always work for you, and doesn't work for the next person. So know what it is that you need to do to ground you, and then do it. Find out. You have to know who you are before you can know um, um, when you're off. So if I don't know what my normal is, how do I know that I'm way off? How do I know that when I want to just plow through traffic and hit the gas, that that's not normal for me? I have to know the normal is, you know what? I'm sitting in traffic. I need to get someplace, instead of being like, I ain't gonna never get there, I'm gonna be late. You know what I say? Lord, park this traffic like the Red Sea. And then I see pockets of openings for me to get through. They're parting it for me. Not necessarily traffic is moving out of the way, but there's pockets of places that I can go through to get and navigate where I need to be. So you find the opportunity, you find out where your center is, and then bring yourself back to it every single time. So yes, you are a bit off, but it's because you won't release what is trying to lead you.
Super. And don't forget, folks, if you are in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area on the 19th of August, please join Julie, which is Love Riot Warriors, Susan Grayson, and myself. We're doing a short little 3-person reading at readings for everybody who is in person at Missy's Mysteries in Scottsdale on Scottsdale Road. And here's the commercial. And if you already have if you have a T-shirt with Sonoran Mystic Tarot, if you would wear it that day, I would be so happy, because it would show Missy that we brought some folks in. That'd be very nice. So again, if you have my T-shirt or Bonnie's T-shirt, or Susan's T-shirt or Julie's T-shirt, if you could wear them that day, that would be wonderful. And if you need to buy one, guess what? I know where to get them. Yep. So that's the store name, Sonoran Mystic Tarot on Etsy. Check it out. And it's interesting, Angie. I don't know what I did. We must have had a conversation about the magician the last time we were on, or something, because that card. It's all of a sudden I get a lot of activity on that card. In my shop, I sell, for those of you who don't know, and I shows in the commercial there, I sell the major arcana cards on T-shirts. And so
I told them about a lover's card. How else are you gonna get love if you ain't wearing the lover's card? But maybe the magician card is the one.
Yeah, I expected the lovers too after we talked, and yet they don't come. But yet the magician card shirt was selling, and I thought, how interesting.
The magician got all the tools. It's got the cups, the swords, the wands, and the pentacle. So everything you need is on there. I'll buy that card too. I'll buy that one too. Magician.
And not that, but it tells you that it's all up to you. You can make it happen. We need to get that shirt for Summer. Summer, that's the shirt you need. You need to buy there you go, Summer. Go to Etsy.
The magician shirt, and wear it up under your uniform, and watch how the miracle. Sometimes we need little things. You know how people have a lucky sock? This could be your lucky shirt. This could be your magical shirt that gives you inspiration. Sometimes we need those things that make us help us. Listen, I felt like it was negativity in here, so I just took this little thing and just dinged it and got some energy. It's all in about what you believe in. Buy that shirt, and you never know what kind of magical blessings you can have.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's just a reminder. It's like having it there is like like the Captain America with his shield.
Exactly.
And while we're at it, if anybody has a birthday this week, next week, or anywhere in between, this is for you. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
Oh, you know what? Today's my daughter's birthday.
Oh, well, there you go. That was for her.
Today's her birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's an oldie but goodie. I need to maybe tweak it a little bit, but I kind of like it. I'm like,
I
oh,
like it. It's just plain and simple and fun. And them teeth flying out that lady mouth ain't no problem. It's funny to me.
I love it. When I saw that, I said, I've got to have that in there. I've got to have it in there because that's one of those moments that you just priceless, priceless. Next in line is Starfall, and Starfall wants to know, am I going to have a child? Now, this is not the same one we just
No,
talked
this is a different. The person I did was Maria Gill. This is Starfall. Am I going to have a child? Are you having sex? I mean, that's how you get the party started.
Hey, if she maybe it's immaculate conception. I don't know.
Starfall, are you still here? Because I hear, are you ready for it? Are you ready for motherhood? Are you ready for the amount of love that is going to pour out of you when you have this child? Like sometimes we get fascinated with, oh, I want a baby, but we don't think about all the repercussions and all the things. Do you have daycare? Do you know what school you want them to go to? Do you have a father in mind? Is the person that you're with somebody that you will want to be the father of your child? Like you're asking, I feel they're showing me a cart before the horse, and they're saying, do you have all these things lined up? Are you ready there? Like you're romantic. Like I feel like you're doing what I did with the fish. You want something to love, and so you think if I have a baby, then I'll have something to love all the time. Let me tell you, that love costs a lot. That little fish. Listen, this little fish cost me a lot. So imagine a little child costing a whole bunch of money, like daycare, diapers, wipes, formula, time, sleep. Are you ready for all the things that goes along with having a child? And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to bring you a reality check. But they showed me a cart before the horse, and they're saying, do you have a father? Do you have a loving relationship? Do you have a positive situation that you're going to bring this person into? Can you afford a child? Do you have the space for a child? So yes, you can have a child. Yes, you will have a child. But have you provided the environment that will nurture a child when they come to you? So that's what they wanted me to ask you is, are you ready for the child that you're asking? Am I going to have one? So I got a yes on it. Definitely a yes. I could do the pendulum and see what it says. But is Starfall going to have a child? And it immediately started going into a circle, and that's my yes. So yes, you are going to have a child. It doesn't mean that it's going to be right now, but have you set the atmosphere for having a child, for bringing a child into this life? Is your body physically ready for it? Are you mentally ready for it? Are you emotionally ready for it? Are you financially ready for it? Is there a father who is going to provide all the things that you want in life, or that your child needs in life? Are you ready to bring another life into this world and provide all the things that are going to happen? So that's what I got for you, Starfall.
Super. Next in line is Scenario. And Scenario says, hello, what does Spirit want me to know regarding my healing journey this far?
We've had this conversation with you many times, Scenario, where we told you that you're moving forward, that you're doing a good job. You doubt yourself a lot. You're so worried about relationships with other people and how people perceive you, that it reflects on your journey. Am I spiritually growing? If I can't mend this relationship, does that mean that I'm not growing? And they're showing me that you are growing, but what it is you grow and then you shrink because then you doubt it. And they're saying just be positives in whatever your step forward is. Even if you roll forward and bounce and fall, and even if you roll downhill, that's forward movement, honey. You're still moving forward. It's bumps and bruises, but you still got there. So on your healing journey, they say yes, you are, but you care too much about what other people think instead of what matters to you. What is it that makes you happy? And if that's what makes you happy, then that's what you need to do. You care too much about what other people think. You care too much about what other people think about you and how they perceive you. And they want you to care about how you feel. You even care about what spirit thinks. Does spirit think I'm a good person? Does spirit think I'm making the right decision? Is spirit approving of that? They're saying what feels good to you. Live your life the way that you are. They showed me a high priestess who's pushing her power away. Like, you know, all this stuff behind the veil, you know all the answers, but you're pushing it away because you won't believe in what you're seeing. Like, you see your growth, but then you're saying, no, that can't be growth. That can't be right. And they're saying you are doing it right. You are growing. You are healing. What is it that you want? What does healing look like for you? So maybe that's the problem. What healing looks like for spirit and what healing looks like for you isn't the same thing. So write down what healing looks like for you. What does that feel like for you? How does that make you feel? Again, me understanding that when I say I release all those things that no longer serve me, and then having that emotional release, that's healing. But I didn't understand what that was, so it felt like frustration. So, do you recognize what healing looks like for you? What is healing for you? And what is it that needs to be healed? You said on my healing journey, what needs to be healed? Is it a physical healing? Is it an emotional healing? Is it a spiritual healing? Is it all of those things? And you don't really, we think we want it to all happen at once, but our body, our mind, our soul, and our spirit can't take it all at once. So maybe they're healing your mind, maybe they're healing you spiritually, and there's one thing that's happening at a time. But do you even know what spiritual healing looks like? Do you know what emotional healing looks like? Me not cussing out somebody is emotional healing. That's me not letting my emotions override me. Me writing a paragraph, backing out of it and saying, oh, okay, is healing for me. That's me maturing in my journey and not always having to explain to people why it is this or why it is that. So, do you know what healing looks like for you? Because they're saying yes. For them, you are healing. Yes, you are moving forward. But do you recognize what healing looks like to you? So, tell me what healing looks like to you. Tell me where you need to be healed. Tell me what it is that you're looking for so that maybe you two can get on the same page, because what they say is healing and what you say is healing may not be looking like the same thing. So that's what I got.
Super, super. Um, yeah, I don't have much more to add there. I think we're good. I think we're good. The next in line is calling on angels at 1111, which is Bonnie, and she says, "Will spirit come through me to create videos like the one that took off?" You know, it's interesting because as I saw this question and I definitely flagged it because I thought it was a great question. But the one thing I get from this, um, I feel like there's I'm I feel like I think you give too much credit to spirit. I'll put it that way. I think that when you look at the reading and I think spirit kind of gave you an indication that what you did there was going to be good because again you felt energy, you felt very tired afterwards, that kind of stuff. But you did the work. You did it. You connected. You wound up getting the message. You wound up understanding what was coming to you. You read the energy very well. You did that. And even though I love the fact that you're gracious enough to believe that somehow spirit did it for you, and that's how I'm kind of seeing that. I don't think that that's what happened, and I think that you don't give yourself the credit you deserve. You had the spread. You felt the spread. You intuitively read that spread the way it was supposed to be read, and when you did, and you knew it was right, you knew you made that connection, instantly you felt it and you knew, wow, this is a great read. Spirit didn't do the read. Spirit did not do the read. Spirit gave you the confirmation that, wow, you did a great job. That was the tiring part. That was the energy that came to you. But again, don't give spirit that energy. Don't. And I'm not saying it in a rude way or in a way that you don't appreciate them. But what I'm saying is don't take yourself out of the equation. You dealt the cards. You found the message in the cards in an intuitive way, which gave that information based on the energies there. And when you did, you got an amazing result. And then that energy was there in the reading itself, and you found the right title, which is also very important because if the algorithm picks you up, usually it's based on the title. And so you found the right title to use, and that worked. Again, not to rewrite and not to keep saying it, but again, give yourself the credit. You did that. Energy just confirmed. I mean, spirit confirmed that you did it good. You put together something great there. What you got?
I heard, what is your intention behind the video? When you created that video that went viral, your intention wasn't to go viral. Your intention was to get a love reading out for Gemini. So is your intention the same? Or have you changed your intention? Like, oh, I have to do another viral video. I have to do it this way. So if your intentions are changed, it puts a lot of pressure on you and it takes the authenticity off of the video. What is your intention when you do the video? If my intention is just to help people, if my intention is just to get a reading out there, then that's what's going to happen. If I'm grateful for the fact that it does go to wherever it needs to be, then that's what it is. But is your intention just to get a good video out there, or is it just to go viral? What is the intention? Is there positivity behind it, or is there fear in, when I do this, I have to do it in the same way that I did it last time in order to get it out? When you did that video, how did you feel? What were you thinking? What were you going through as you were doing it? You were just reading it, pure, plain, and simple. And by the luck of and it just ended up going to that level of intensity. So again, set the intention as to what you want it to be and what you're trying to do out there, and then everything else will fall into place. Asking spirit, like, oh, are you going to give it to me again? It could happen. But is it going to be the same level of information that you wanted to put out there, or are you just trying to get that same number again? And I get it, like getting monetized or getting whatever it is that you want is great, but what is the intention that you're putting into it? So they're saying, what is your intention? They're saying, you know these answers, you know what it is. If your intention is only to make money, then that's how your videos are going to come across, as somebody who's just trying to make money. If your intention is to give a good love reading, then that's what's going to come across, and people are going to be drawn to it either way.
Yep. And again, it just goes back to, again, just keep
to feel spirit. What does that mean? She says, I'm authentic. I just want to feel spirit. I mean, what does that mean? You want to feel, you want to feel like spirit is blessing the video that you're doing because you want to go viral. Like, they showed me a shift in your mindset, like a click, click, click went on, and it changed your mindset. So you're not doing the video with the same intention. You're now standing behind a fear of, I'll never get that number again. When you first made the video, you didn't even care about that number. You wanted to get 100 viewers, but you weren't caring about it going that high. Now that it's gotten that high, you're standing behind, how do I get there again? How do I get there again? How do I get that exhilaration? And what they're saying is, when you first made that video, you didn't have that intention. Your intention was just to do the video for the love of the people, for the love of what you do. Keep that same energy and it'll happen again.
But and that's what I was getting ready to go back to, is just consistently put out, do the readings and continue to do what you do, and you do it well, and make sure that when you do it, again, just consistently well, and do it as you've always done it, and that will find its way back to you. I understand about the spirit inside. Again, for me, I see it a little differently. I guess because when I read, as I read I read intuitively. So I'm getting the energy. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling whatever's coming toward me. I don't know if that's spirit that I'm getting, or whether I'm getting it, whether the message is coming from spirit or the message is coming from the energies being sent. Whatever it is, that's how I get it. If that's what you're saying, will that come? That will come. Whatever has worked in the past will continue to work. And again, if you focus on the quality as you've already done it, and the consistency as you've already done it, spirit will bless you, because you'll be blessed, because again, you're giving back, and that's the key, is giving back. And I know that's exactly what your question is. So yes, in my opinion, if you keep putting forward the same product, the same quality product, with the same determination of giving people wonderful information they need to know, then when you will be rewarded in like fashion.
When I see her reading, I see spirit coming through. You can see spirit coming through her. So are you saying now that you've gone viral that you don't feel that same spirit anymore? Because every time I see you read, I see spirit coming through you. So what feeling are you saying that you lost? You said through me to create a video like that that took off. So you're saying that only in that one video that you felt the spirit, and then the other ones you didn't? Because I saw you read today and I felt like spirit was flowing through you. So what are you saying that you don't feel spirit? Since you've had that viral video, you don't feel spirit anymore? Because I see spirit in you every time you read. Oh, there was a difference in that one video. In that one Gemini video, there was a difference. Then ask them to bring that spirit, to bring that feeling back. But I saw it today when I saw you read. There's a passion in you when you read. You really are trying to find out the information for them. So I see spirit in you every time I see you read. I enjoy your readings when I see you reading. Like today when I was watching you reading, I felt the passion in you. I felt spirit working through you. So I don't understand. So maybe there is a difference that was in that one that came, but maybe that was just to let you know that you can do it.
Yep. Yep. Just keep consistently putting out this. Don't change anything. And again, people embrace that. People will embrace it because they see you're authentic and they feel that you are getting the message that you're intended to give to them, and they will embrace it. So
yes, Terry T, this is the love lady. He said, "Is this the lady that does the love readings?" Yes, this is her. You guys, if you want the love reading, this is her. Go to her page, Calling on Angels 1111, and you will get a love fest on there. It's just spewing love everywhere. Little cherubs and little arrows of hearts and everywhere. It's just all over her page. Just go on there, and love might hit you tonight. Go ahead and look at the video.
and on Wednesday mornings, she's on live 10 a.m. Our time, which is West Coast time right now, 10 a.m. Her and Julie from Love Warrior will go up. So if you follow her, and I'll put the QR code up, if you follow Bonnie, and again, she's called Calling on Angels 1111. If you follow her and you click follow on the YouTube page, let me see, it's here somewhere. You will be notified when she goes live. Here's the link. So if you click on here, lock her in, hit subscribe, and then when she goes live, you'll do it. And the same thing, she's usually on with with Julie. So, and I have Julie's here as well. So if you follow Julie, you'll also know when they're live because this is Julie's. They go on together. Okay. All righty then. Who is next? You are welcome, Bonnie. You are welcome. And people, what we're talking about is Bonnie had a video that went over 26,000 now. It's 26,000 views. So, it's kind of when you get one of those, you're wondering, okay, this is a one-time deal or will Spirit bless me, that kind of thing. So, the good part is that, again, Bonnie, there more to come, more to come. But again, some of them are going to be different than others. It just depends on how the message is given and what was intended and those kind of things. So just stay with the consistent work. It's going to be good.
Our audience is fickle. Some days they love us, some days they don't.
Oh, yeah. Next in line is Pam. And Pamela Kaysen says, hey, do you see my life getting better? And I want to know why my niece killed herself.
The word that I saw for your niece was depression or sadness. Like I feel like there was a deep sadness on her. That's immediately what I felt. The word that I saw was depression. I just don't think that yeah, true. There was a deep sadness there and depression. Was there substance abuse? Is Pamela still here?
Pamela, are you still here? If anybody has questions also, make sure you ask your questions so we can add you to the list. Pamela, are you still here? Have you left us?
And I feel like both of you are having the same thing because you said, is my life going to get better? So is this something that is going on throughout the family, like a sadness or a negative energy that is flowing through the family? Because you said, is my life going to get better? And then I got depression when I read why did she kill herself. And so, is there something in the family that is breeding this negative energy or this negative atmosphere? So we all feed into each other. One of the reasons that I stopped going on some of our girls' trips is because we would get together and then we would talk about how sad our relationship was or how sad our love life was. And I got tired of going on trips where we were just talking about how unhappy we were. And so that's why I didn't want to go. So you have to recognize the atmosphere that you're entertaining and then step back away from it and say, hey, that's not the kind of atmosphere I want to live in, that I want to be engaging in. So just yeah, exactly. Bonnie said it's a chemical imbalance, and so sometimes if we don't recognize those things, like I could have continued to go on those girl trips and continue to get into those gatherings and continue to feed on that negativity and stay in a negative mindset, but I stepped outside of it for a minute to say, hey, this isn't what I want. This is what I want, and move forward in a different direction. And so now when we get together, we talk about other things. We don't talk about that. But somebody had to say, hey, we don't need to keep talking about this, or we had to recognize the negative patterns that we were creating and then separate and then come back together when we were all ready for a positive mindset, or when somebody was able to create a positive mindset where we weren't talking about the lack of love in our life, the downtrodden relationships we were having, the dating pool, and we just started talking about the success that we were having in our lives in other areas so that it could spill over into our love life. So, is your life going to get better? Yes. But when you are ready to step into a lighter, brighter you, like, the way that it's been presented to me is that I could give you the job of your dreams, but if you go in there with a negative Nancy mindset, everything you're gonna say, oh, ain't no staples in there. It ain't never no staples in there. Oh, I don't have my computer ain't fast enough. What's wrong with y'all Wi-Fi? Why y'all computers don't work? I could give you everything that you want, but if you're still in that negative mindset, you're not gonna appreciate the things that I give to you. If I give you the love of your life, you're gonna break him because mentally you're not ready for that person. 20 years ago, Angie wasn't ready for a husband. This Angie is, because she's grown spiritually, emotionally, physically, and mentally. So, is your life going to get better? Yes, when you decide that you want to step out of this negative mindset and from under this cloud and into something better. And is it going to happen overnight? No, it's not. But you're going to have to take the steps to fight forward. How do I get from where I am now to a happier place that I want to be? And happier could just be waking up tomorrow and saying, you know what, today's going to be a good day. And then it is a good day. Exactly, Bonnie. And it is. Like she said, she's dealt with it for 30 years. It is a continuous process of fighting. You're not just going to wake up one day and then just be cured and then everything is going to be sunshine and lollipop. Life is hills and valleys. So one day that you're in a good space, and then the next day you could be having a bad day, and then the next day you're having an okay day. It's hills and valleys, and recognizing where your where your where your center is, where your grounding is. And you may need to go see a therapist. Like Bonnie is saying, you may need to see a doctor, you may need to see a group, you may need to surround yourself with different people that make you have a different attitude toward life. It's all in you taking the steps to move forward. What you want is for some magical person to come through and be like, hey, ding, now you're better, you're happy, or whatever. What are you going to contribute to the steps to making your life better? Are you praying? Are you believing? Are you saying manifestations? Are you saying affirmations? Are you just waking up and thinking today's going to be a great day and trying to believe yourself into something better than what it's going to be? If you don't have enough money, are you looking for another job? If you don't have a car, are you looking for better ways to get transportation or to make enough money to buy a car? What are you doing to contribute to making your life better? So that's what I got.
Well, I don't have much more to add there. I think you've hit it all. I think the most important thing is about life getting better is a mindset, and I think that Pamela has been beaten down a bit, and I get the impression that she's had a few turns that didn't go well, and and I feel like I just feel like when I thought of her energy, when I connected to her energy, I I feel a bit of hopelessness. I feel, and I don't mean feel, but because I don't feel, I'm not empathic, but I sense hopelessness. I sense a little bit of regret. I feel like there has been a communication problem with family, and that has blown into something that should not have gone the way it did, but it did. And I again, there's some regret that it took that turn. But I think that when that happens, uh, again, give yourself time to deal with the outcome, the consequences, and then shake it off and say, okay, Nick, let's move on. Let's figure out a way forward. And I think that that's where the problem. I'm getting a feeling that's where the problem is. The problem lays with what do I do next? What's my way forward? And no matter what is decided in that regard, the most important thing to hear in my voice right now is do something. Do something. Sitting there in the wallowing in the sadness, wallowing in the pain, wallowing in the frustration from the situation that again I'm getting from the family, wallowing in the feeling of what could I do, what can I do, what could I have done for her, how come I wasn't there, all that. eh, Enough already, enough. Make a decision on how now you can move forward, letting those lessons that have been just learned, how you can use those to move forward and create a different environment so where you can feel healthier. Again, you cannot change the past. Stop looking there. There's a rear view mirror that's smaller than the windshield. I've said it many times over. The windshield is very big because you're going forward. The rear view mirror, because you cannot change it, is only a reflection of what has happened. It's what's behind you. So focus on the future, figure out how to move forward, and then do it. Again, you can't make a wrong move because, again, we don't know what each of the steps will be when you move forward. However, if you are not making a step forward, if you are not moving forward, then you are falling behind. And again, if you're not moving forward, then you're changing nothing. If you move forward and you didn't make the right step, you can navigate away. You can navigate and redirect. You can do a lot of things. But if you're not moving, nothing happens and you need change. So let's get moving. Let's get moving.
Miss Lisa Harvey, we can see your comments on both pages. I saw the comment that you made on my page and the comment that you're making on Don's page because she thought that because she was on my page, we can see her comments. We see your comments. We see that you had a near-death experience and you're wanting to know what purpose is it that you need to serve for your second chance at life. What is it that you want to do in life? Like your purpose is whatever your desire is. Everybody's looking for the Lord to tell you to do this. What if the Lord tells you that He wants you to be a nun? Is that what you want your purpose to be? Is that where you want your life to be? What is it that you want to do? Your purpose is to find your joy, to find your center. That's what your purpose is. So when you find your joy, then that's when you'll find your purpose. What is it that makes you happy? You know what my joy is? Doing these readings. I love helping people in different ways. So my purpose is helping people, but I do it in multiple different ways. I do it at the job that I get paid at. I do it on these lives when we do our readings. I do it in class when we do readings. I do it in mentoring other people and talking to other people and helping other people. So my purpose and the thing that I love to do is to help people. So I do it in multiple different ways. So what is it that brings you joy, Lisa Harvey? What is it that makes you happy? That's what your purpose is. You're looking for the Lord to say, oh, go and be a blah, blah, blah. And then that's what you're going to be. You don't need the Lord to tell you what your purpose is. Find your joy, and your purpose will be in the joy. It's like a ball, and it says joy. And when you open it up, all the things that you love will be your purpose. You're just bowing down and saying, just tell me what you want to do and I'll do it. And then when they tell you what to do and you don't like it, you're like, that's not my purpose. That's not what I want to do. That's not how I see it. Your purpose is to find your joy. That near death experience should have scared the hell out of you to the point where you're like, I have to live life to the fullest. I have to do the things that make me happy. You know what that near death experience was? To open your eyes and say, hey, what do you want? What does Lisa want? How does Lisa want to live her life? Stop living your life for somebody else. They show me you as a pleaser. You are a person who likes to please other people. This near-death experience should have said, hey, wait a minute. What is it that I like? I could go my whole life pleasing other people. When am I going to please me? So that near-death experience was to get you to say, hey, what do you want? What do I want? How do I live my life to its fullest? How do I get from pleasing other people to bringing joy to myself? So what is it that you want? That's what your purpose is. So that's what I got for you.
Well, I'm gonna give you everybody trigger warning. If you do not want to hear plain hard facts from me, from my perspective about what you're supposed to be doing on this earth, that kind of thing, then turn off now, because you may not like what I'm getting ready to tell you. And Lisa, you specifically, if you hang in there or get off, whatever you feel, but I'm getting ready to tell you this, and it's going to blow your mind, and you probably will be wanting to fuss with me, and you're welcome. Everybody's welcome to fuss with me. Go ahead and fuss all you want. And I did say fuss, Fuss. Make sure it's clear what I said, okay? But I'm going to blow your minds. Lisa, when you came into this world, as we all did, and again, y'all have your own opinions. This is my opinion. When I came into this world, when you came into this world, when everybody came into this world, you signed a life contract. You signed a life contract from the other side saying, this is what I need to learn in my lifetime. These are the trials and tribulations. These are the lessons. And I believe I am ready. And I take those lessons. We all put those lessons in our life contract because we want to be the highest and best that we can be. We are always working, and each time we come back, and again, there's your mind blown right there, one of them, because I believe in reincarnation, and so did Christians up until 140 AD, but we'll have a whole conversation about that later, or look it up for yourselves. The point is that when you came back to this world, when you came here after many other visits, you came back saying, to make myself, my soul, a higher and best self until I finally perfect it. These are the lessons I want to learn in this lifetime. And when you made that map, when you made your contract, your roadmap for the life that you will lead, you made certain end points, exit points, I call them. Exit point here, exit point here, exit point there. You built those into your contract. And again, you don't have to believe it, but this is what I'm telling you because I believe it. And then you ask the question. So this is what you get. My point is this, is that as you've walked down that road and as you've gone down that journey, you've had opportunities to learn the lessons you learned. And then when you have your exit point pops up. And if you choose to take that exit point, then you die. Plain and simple. If you choose not to, then you stay in this world and you continue down the road further until you have another exit point and another. And eventually you'll have the last exit where you have no choice, and that'll be the end. Now, this is the way I believe. What you experienced was one of your exit points. And then you subconsciously probably thought and said, you know what? Is this where I want it to end? Did I fulfill the contract? Or am I ready to call it quits and then come back and take on under another contract some of the things that I did not do? And your soul, and again, this is my estimation too, again, blowing people's mind. Your body is physical. Your spirit is beside your body. It looks just like you, but it's like a silverish kind of thing, but it's identical to you with a thin little cord between the two of you. And everything that you do goes into the spirit. When you disconnect and leave this world, the body stays here. The spirit goes back to the soul and becomes part of the collective soul, which is you. And so again, the life lessons go back there. Again, believe what you want. That's what I believe. So when you hit the near-death experience, you subconsciously said, okay, am I done with this? Or do I need to stay around longer and finish some more things? Am I capable? Do I have it in me? And you did. So when you ask the question now of what the second chance at life, I first have to argue with you didn't have a second chance at life. You chose to continue the life. Okay. So I'll argue at that point. It sounds more dramatic, and Hollywood gives us a really good thing about that. Second chance, a new lease. No, it's the same lease. It's the same contract. It's the same contract until the lease runs out and you have to renew it. It's a different story, but that's not the point. And I don't mean to be cute, but I am serious about this. So you chose to continue, and you did. And so you are moving forward in your life contract, and eventually you'll have another exit point, and to the point where you make the exit, period. So when you ask about what purpose, your purpose never changed. And that's the thing. You can get excited the fact that you did suffer something like that. You did learn a lesson. You got a major lesson from what brought you to that point, and you've learned from that activity as well, which is probably part of the contract. And as you work through life, you'll know when these lessons are figured out, and you'll know what the lessons are because they come to you automatically. You don't even have to think about them. None of us really think about the life lessons. They just happen. And then afterwards, we look back and say, damn, that was a lesson, or that was whatever, but that was part of the lesson. That's part of the plan. So just live your life, continue to live your life trying to be the best you, and learn the most you can to be the highest and best self, highest and best purpose that you can be. And in so doing, you will find what it is you're meant to do. You will find, because it will find you. It's part of your contract. If you work too hard and you try to find some meaning that isn't there, all you may do is wind up derailing yourself, because you find out, oh my goodness, I'm somehow now exceptional because I missed an exit. No, we all miss exit points. We've all done it. And I don't mean to take away from your experience either. Please don't think that. But what I'm saying is that this is the continuation of your life. This is not a second version. So just continue to be you, do the best you, live the best life you can be, make sure that you're learning all that you can. And when the next exit point comes, maybe you'll take it, maybe you won't. So sorry to take the mystique out of it. And you don't have to believe me. And I'm not meaning to insult anyone, but what I'm saying, I'm just saying I have a different belief. And I'm saying live your life, always live your life, whether you've had one or not, with the near-death experience, what I'm saying, or not. Live your life as you intended for yourself to create, from what you created, and make sure you're always being the best and highest you that you can be, because that's what's expected. And you'll find that when you do that and you're on your path, your lessons will fall in place. They will be there. So now I'm going to get off the pulpit and step back. Amen.
Stop looking for some mystical message that has to come through, and just live your life. Like we're looking for, like, a lot of times I would get caught up in what was the lesson of it, what was the lesson of it. And sometimes it's just move forward. Like you may not get the lesson right then, you may not get the lesson ever, but just move forward. You don't always, like, don't stop living because you don't know the purpose, and don't be like, well, I can't do anything until I find out why the Lord wants to keep me here. My sister Keena had a near-death experience, and for a while, on the anniversary of that time, she would be really, really, it would do something to her emotionally, until she just moved forward and said, you know what, I just have to live my life. I may not know why it is that I was given a second chance, or what that second chance was, because what you think the second chance may be may not even be it. It's a personal journey for you. And so that's where you go into your prayer time, or your meditation time, or whatever it is that you have with your higher power, and understand what your next step is. You want to know, why was I saved? Because it wasn't your time to go yet. Whatever your belief system is in your higher power, that's why you're still here. It doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, now I got to do this. It means that whatever you came here for, you still have to keep going through with it.
And I'll tell you this much, and I've told Angie this story. I may have even related to a lot of you folks. You may have heard it. So if you have, forgive
Oh,
me.
well, you get to hear it again.
Exactly. Forgive me for going down that road again. But this is one of the most. This really fits the situation. I was given an opportunity for a couple who was sent to me from somebody else, and they sat down in front of me, and they said, "What is it you do?" And I said, I'm a tarot reader, and sometimes mediumship if a spirit chooses to come in, but I don't sell or advertise the mediumship, because I cannot guarantee, because I can't own the spirits. They come in, they choose to come in. I cannot call them in, so I can't guarantee though. I can hope, but I can't do much more. I'm not Hollywood. Hollywood's like, oh my gosh, I want you to come in, and all of a sudden they're there, and there's one here, and there's one here, and oh my gosh, it's great. No. This is real life. Anyway, at least my life. Okay, so the woman sits down. We shuffle the cards, and all of a sudden, her 13-year-old son appears beside her. Okay, and then I ask her, "Have you lost the child recently?" And she said she did. And that face that she gave me was 1,000 expressions at once. There was some happiness, some sadness, some shock, some elation, and just it was interesting. So I said, if this is not comfortable, we don't have to go there. She said, no, that's why I'm here. So she sat down intending, hoping to get a read and a visit from her son. I, of course, didn't know that because I never knew the person. I didn't know the husband and wife that sat in front of me. So Lord knows I could not have created this. The point is this, is that the child came in and he talked to the parents and had a conversation with them. He gave some very, very confirmational information that only they would know to guarantee that they knew that it was him. And then he walked them through his process. And he walked them through the process, telling them that he chose them specifically for this world because he knew his life would not be long. That was going to be the end, and he knew it. And that nothing would have changed. They could have done nothing different. All of the decisions they made for him and his health were all was intended. And no matter what they did, they could not have changed the outcome. They needed to hear that apparently and they did. As soon as I said that, they were like, oh my God. We talked about some artwork that he did. They confirmed the artwork that he showed me. So they knew that. They confirmed that he died when he was 8 years old. Again, he died. And then he came back because that was not his exit. He chose not to take that exit. He's the one who confirmed to me more than anybody else that we build in those exits. And he said, that was one of the exits I built in. I decided I'm not taking it. I'm going all the way. He talked about her grandmother, the mother's grandmother, whom he never met, but yet she was with him throughout his journey from life to death. And when he told the mother about the grandmother, she's like, you could not know her. You don't know her because she wasn't alive when you were born. I reminded her that life on our plane is not life on their plane. And so she knew him. She was there the entire time with him because he knew and she knew it would be a very hard life. And it was for this young kid. And when he got 13, that was the end point. That was his contract. So again, the story that the thing I'm trying to get across to you is this child's life, this experience, this amazing young kid who came in and talked to me and put his parents at rest and gave them information that they did not know and things they wanted to hear, needed to hear. That was part of his contract. And he had exits built in. He did not take them. He chose to stick around to the very end, and then he left. And why I tell you that story is that story gave me so much confirmation of everything I have been saying, everything I know to be the case. And he brought it all home in one nutshell, in one specific situation, proving to me that all that I've said and believed in for so long is real. And that's what I'm offering to you and everybody else. You can believe what you want, but I'm telling you that you are here for specific things and you will accomplish those consciously or subconsciously. You're going to get through them. And there are times where you may have an exit and you subconsciously will have a conversation and say, hey, is this the one I want to take? Or do I stick around a little longer? And if you stick around, well, that's you, because again, you're still gonna be learning. But know that as you move forward in life, everything you do, you're learning. You are learning and learning and learning. And sometimes we're hard-headed and we don't get the lesson the first time. And sometimes we got to be told 2 and 3 times to get that lesson. But we'll get it eventually. That I have faith in.
I asked Lisa what was for your greatest and highest good, and they showed me you in a car riding alongside a mountainside. And then they showed me, and I keep hearing the word Colorado, but then they also showed me Little Red Riding Hood going through through the woods to get to her grandma. So do you need to pay a visit to your grandmother? I can't sense whether your grandmother is deceased or not, but they showed me Little Red Riding Hood. Why I Robin Riding Hood going through the forest to get to grandma's house, and these obstacles coming up and her dodging and her getting through each obstacle and still making it to her destination. So is there a connection with you with Little Red Riding Hood or your grandmother that I'm getting? Because when I said what's for your greatest and highest good, they showed me Little Red Riding Hood. And I'm assuming, and what they're showing me is the obstacles that she had to overcome in order to get to where she was trying to go. So it's the obstacles that you need to focus on. You're making it past all the obstacles, or you're making it around all the obstacles to get to where you need to be. So your focus just needs to be on where you're trying to be. Her focus was on getting to grandma's house. Your focus on needs to be on getting to wherever your goal is, and the obstacles that are coming through will definitely I heard go visit or contact whichever one you need to contact them. So your focus needs to be on getting to wherever your goal is. The obstacles you'll be able to maneuver, and that's what your focus needs to be. Because they're showing me they just keep showing me Little Red Riding Hood and the obstacles, and they show me you navigating around the obstacles and them not being anything that's keeping you from what your goal is. But do you have a goal? Because they're not showing me the goal. You haven't set your goal. You haven't decided what you want to do. And so there's no goal for you to work through. So all you're focusing on is the obstacles that keep getting in your way, because you have nowhere that you're trying to go. So you just keep running into the same wall. So
She says,
set a goal or a purpose or something that you.
she says Little Red Riding Hood was a nickname of hers because she always wore the same red jacket growing up.
Oh, well, they definitely show me Little Red Riding Hood and you dodging the obstacles. Like they don't even show me you, they show me you like this, going around, like there's an obstacle here, go around it. There's an obstacle there, go around it. And you're just going around each obstacle. So what they want you to do is focus on a goal. What is a goal that you want to reach? And then they'll navigate you to that goal. But you have to set a goal or something that you want to do, and then they'll get you there. And don't worry if it changes. Your goal can be, you can have multiple goals. I have multiple goals that I'm trying to achieve. And so each one has a different path. They may overlap and intertwine at times, but each one has a path to get me to whatever that goal is. So set the goal. But you're well on your way, you're protected, and you'll make it to wherever you need to be. Set the goal.
And Lisa, who is Tony? Is who is Tony in or around you? Tony. Do.
And you know, I almost didn't say that Little Red Riding Hood, Don, because it didn't make sense to me. But you
Mhm.
always say it. It doesn't make sense to you as a reader. It makes sense to the person who's being read. Tony is her uncle.
Okay, good, because the Tony, I was being told Tony. So Tony is so is Tony the uncle is that the son of the one that's getting ready that's probably not short, not long. Is he the child of the one who's the grandmother who is maybe not long for this world? Anthony, but we call him Tony. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Because he was that they were sending me the message about Tony, and so is he the son of
The
or
grandmother that's about to pass.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yes, okay. And but is that the grandmother who's about to pass again? Is that one, or is that the just making sure? Do. Anyway, yeah. There's yes, the one that is yes. Okay, that makes sense. It's interesting. Tony is strong. Tony is um, again. Tony is strong. Tony is somebody who people can depend on. But Tony's not going to handle this well. And so make sure that when this happens, make sure some people pay attention to him and his mental health in this regard, because I don't think Tony's going to handle it well. And I think you're going to have to be there, or people are going to have to be there and understand the ability to pick him up, because it's going to surprise people, but I think he's going to take it harder than you anticipate. And I think that it's going to be a problem with him. And he's going to need support, and he's going to need people to step up. So keep that in mind as this time gets closer. Okay, that's what they were telling me. Be there for him. Be there for him. Okay. Um,
Um,
Celebrate her life. Don't get drama about it. Celebrate it. Celebrate the life.
Collective Capricorn, did you have a white bed when you were a child, or a canopy kind of bed? Like they're showing me, you said, how can I best connect with my mother? And they showed me a childhood bedroom that was like a white frame, like the bed that you had was a white frame. Is that true? that you had a white bed frame or a white furniture in your room, because I see your mother hovering over your bed. Um, and she sees you, she still sees you as a child. So your mom is around all the time. You just are not noticing her and you're not receiving her. She hovers over your bed because she's showing me your childhood bedroom. Um, and then she shows me her hovering and she just looks down on you sleeping. So your mom is always around. You're just not you're not receiving her. The best way to connect to her is just to speak to her, to write to her, to journal to her, to speak out to her. When you get ready to go to sleep, you could say, Mom, come visit me in my dreams. Again, I've told the story and you may not heard it before, but when I first moved into one of my apartments, I found an old obituary of one of my favorite cousins. He died while I was pregnant with my son, so he never got to meet my son, and it was a horribly sad time for me. So when I moved into my apartment, I started writing. Instead of just writing in my journal, I started writing Dear Waddell. So I started writing to him. And then I went to mediumship class and he came up in mediumship class. And then he just started speaking to me as if he normally has been speaking to me all my life. And so then he started coming into my dreams. And then he would be in the car with me. And then he would just be talking to me. And so if you want to connect to her, like, what is this about a cake or some kind of dessert? Is there a certain time that you want to, is there a certain cake? What is this about the cake? Because when you desire this cake, that's her comforting you because it was something that you enjoyed that either she made or that she bought for you. So there's something about a cake that you love. It looks like it was a chocolate cake maybe because they're showing me chocolate icing and it had these little swirls on it. So I feel like it's a homemade cake that she used to make for you that you enjoyed. And so in those times that you desire that or that you remember that, that is her coming to you, trying to comfort you, trying to reach out for you. She used to let you have it for breakfast. That is her coming to you, talking to you, comforting you. So don't discount those as her not trying to contact you. When you have those moments or when you have those memories, say hi to your mom, speak to your mom, speak out loud. She's not going to always, I think you're thinking that it's going to be some big ominous voice that comes to you, and it's those little things that let you know that she's around. Because she shows me you hovering over her, hovering over your bed. She shows me the cake, and she shows me you in the kitchen. Do you have coffee every morning, and do you put a little? Oh, her mom is still alive. No, she said talk to her in spirit form is best. Oh, my mom is still alive. Then why are you asking what's the best way to cut? Is there a grandmother? Because this person is not alive. This person hovers over your bed. This person isn't alive. That I'm talking about. Um, and so your mom let you have the chocolate cake or your grandma, because this person is talking about the chocolate cake and they're talking and they're hovering over your bed. So this is a spirit that I'm seeing, not a live person. But they're showing me about the chocolate cake. Or oh wait a minute, what is this about the coffee do you have coffee in the morning on a little saucer, or maybe you and your mom need to have a sit down talk during breakfast, or because they're showing me a coffee cup and they're showing it to me on a little saucer. Yes, that is probably a really old memory. Okay, so they're showing me all these memories, but usually when I see these memories, it's a deceased person that's showing me this. So is So you're saying your mom is not alive, but they're showing me all these memories of you too. So are you wishing that it was that way, that when you were a young child and you just need to sit down and talk to each other, maybe have a cup of coffee and some cake, or have a sit down and just talk to each other? You're wanting, now they're showing me you're wanting your mom to be um, like a TV show mom where she's just so perfect and this and that, and then you got a different mom. Like maybe you wanted, and I don't even know a good TV show mom that was just so genteel. I want to say Martha Stewart, but Martha Stewart I heard had a mean streak. But you want a mom that
Beaver
is like a
Cleaver's
TV
mom.
show mom. Right. Oh, right. So you want that kind of mom, but you had a different kind of mom. You can't be mad at your mom for not being the person that you wanted to be. You either accept her as who she is and you build your relationship on that, or you take some time apart from her. you decide how much of time you can spend with your mom. If your mom is a difficult person to talk to or to deal with, then you have your conversation with her. You have as much time as you can with her. You disconnect when it gets to the point where you can't deal with whatever it is. I like we all wanted a certain kind of dad. Like I wanted uh uh the Huxtable as my dad. I got more iced tea as my dad. You know what I'm saying? I got more gangster dad than I got that doctor dad. So you take the dad or the mom that you have and you move forward in that relationship with them and try to build that bond, but you can't make somebody be who you want them to be or to under to be the mom or dad that you wanted them to be. You accept them in the best way because they're being the best person that they know how to be under the circumstances that they grew up from. And so you either take them as they are and you give them that amount of time, and then when it's too much, you separate. So okay, maybe we can do 20 minutes on the phone, then that's it. Okay, mom, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. And then you call her again. You're wanting her to be what it is in your mind that she should be and not who she really is. So that's how I got it. But the memories that they were showing me seemed like a deceased person.
You know, it's interesting with collective Capricorn. The one thing that I would suggest to you is that we are we we have learned to speak so much that we forget that there are communications that do not need the voice. And the one thing that I would tell you from my personal experience is if my mom's not feeling well or something's going on, I know it, and I'll call her to confirm. Um, and sometimes she'll call me because she needed to confirm that I'm doing well or not doing well or whatever's going on. We can communicate. We do communicate, but not via words necessarily all the time. And if you work on this, and even if you don't work on it, if you put out that energy, you'd be surprised what you get back. So what you may want to do is sit down and write notes to your mom. And whether you give them to her or not, it's a different story. But by writing the notes and thinking it through, as you're thinking about it, and then when you get it perfected, read it back to her. Read it aloud back to her, even if she's not in the room, even if she's nowhere to be found at the moment. Read it to the universe, and don't be surprised that over time, because of that connection, because of energy, because your that auric field that floats around you, that energy field, that biomechanical plasma field, that energy surrounds us all, and it kind of attracts because we are connected that way. Don't be surprised if she somehow gets the message in the letter. She may not hear every word consciously, but don't be surprised if her subconscious energy picks up what's being sent to her and she hears it. And then she may respond to it or react to it when you see her next. And these are things that blow people's minds away because we are so rigid in our belief and our thinking that this is all we need to communicate. And if we're not doing this, then there is no communication. And I'll tell you this much. I didn't say a word there, but you knew what I just said. Again, because it's a different way of communicating. We forget that there are many ways. And one of those ways is this energy that surrounds us, this energy which we use, which we call psychic energy. Again, it's a bioenergy. Our cells have all this energy in them. They're bound together, and all this energy is flowing, and this energy is emitting, and it can go to where we need it to go to. And that's the thing. If you read that letter, and you read that letter out loud, don't be surprised if that message is received. And don't be surprised if she reacts in a way you're thinking, damn, she must have heard it. She must have received it. Because again, you guys are on that same wavelength, whether you want to be or not. And you have that same energy because again, you're part of her. And you're in sync with her energy, whether you want to be or not. So use it. Use what you know use what you know exists, and that's that energy, that psychic energy. Use that energy to your advantage. Use it.
And also find the things that you have in common. My mom doesn't believe in this at all. When you start talking about psychic stuff, oh, you into that stuff. That's how she speaks about it. She is look saved and covered in the blood. That's all she knows, Jesus Christ and that cross. Let me tell you. So me and her don't discuss this. But that doesn't mean that we don't communicate. That doesn't mean that I have to beat her over the head to believe it, and she doesn't have to beat me over the head to believe in what she believes in. We find our common ground. She likes to talk about cooking, so I ask her about old recipes so that I know how to cook these things when she's no longer here. When she came to visit, we went shopping, we went out to eat. We found our common ground, and that's what we discussed. We don't talk about this stuff here because she doesn't see it the same way that I see it, and she doesn't believe in the abilities of it that I believe. I know that she has the abilities, and she's indicated she doesn't want another future. So we don't fight over that. We move on. We find our common ground, and that's what we share. So find your common ground and move forward in that. And like Don said, it's not always communication. It could be something else. So
Yep.
find your common ground.
Absolutely. Yep.
So that's
Super.
all I have for her.
Well, I think Angie, with that, we are pretty much done. I think
All
we
right.
we are done and done a little bit early tonight, which is nice.
Yeah,
Only 2 hours.
exactly.
Well, thank you everybody for coming in. It has been a pleasant evening. Great energy. Some new folks come in. Some good energy. Always love it. You guys help make us. Your energy and your questions make us better readers. And by making us better readers, we love sharing even more with you. So we appreciate you popping in. We appreciate you spending time with us. And with that said, have a great week ahead of you, the rest of it, and weekend. Angie, any plans? Oh, wait a minute. There is some plans for Sunday.
Exactly. Me and Sherry Berry may have to go live a different day. Or no, we may have time after because we're gonna be done pretty early, right?
Yeah, maybe you can do it from here. That'd be crazy. Have a few people pop in and behind you and stuff,
I thought about that, Don. You literally read my mind. You might be saying, Don. I thought about that, like, ooh, they may get, we could go live and then they can get a whole bunch of us. You can get me and Sherry and Kim and this and that, and they can get a whole bunch of readers.
That'd be cool as people pop in and want to, and pop out, and more people pop in so people can see all of us. That would be fun. Everybody
Ooh,
pops
I
in
like
for
it. I
a
like
reading
it.
or
I
two.
like it.
I do too. Maybe I'll have this all set up for people to do that.
And we could do a couple readings for you guys on Sunday. What we're talking about is we're having brunch. One of our Tuesday night class members is going to be in Arizona, so we're having brunch on Sunday.
Yep. So it's going to be a collective of all kinds of energy. All kinds of energy.
Exactly. And food. We're going to have food, people. Oh, Julie said that would be great.
Yeah. Maybe we should make that part of the plan.
Hey, I like it, Don.
Yeah.
I literally thought that when you said brunch, I was like, oh, maybe we can go live from there, and then other people could pop in and out while me and Sherry do readings
Did you
together.
see the glitch?
I did see the glitch.
Was that a confirmation?
That was a go for it.
Exactly.
A
Yes.
glitch in the matrix.
Yeah. And maybe what we'll do is we'll set it up so where 2 and 3 can sit in the same space at the same time when they're doing the readings. Like that too.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Oh, you guys get a treat on Sunday. So tune in. Make sure that you are subscribed to all of us.
Yeah.
Me, Don, Julie, Bonnie, Susan, Scott. Oh my gosh, there's so many of us. Just go through our list and subscribe to all the people that we're subscribed to.
Exactly. And Julie, don't forget to let Scott know because I don't think Scott's on our chain, but let him know
On
that
our
he's welcome
channel.
on Sunday too to have him come.
Oh, and Don, I think that Kim's gonna go to class on Monday night, so you may even get to see me in class Monday night. I
Oh!
haven't been in a long time.
That building will be shaking. It's like what?
All of us in one thing. Woo!
That'd be all kinds of crazy energy.
LMT said my first reading was in Don's kitchen. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and this house, this kitchen too. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
Way back when, absolutely.
So there's energy there. Ain't no telling what y'all gonna get if we read y'all from there. Our
Exactly.
first interview was at your house. Remember we did our first spiritually speaking? Was at your house, Don.
The first two.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
remember,
yeah.
because we did the three of us together. Remember when we did our first actual interview? Spirit was messing with us, and we had to do them 2 times, and both times it did not come out. We had to do it
Yeah.
elsewhere.
She
Crazy.
said yes, she'll definitely tell Scott and Bev. Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
I'm excited about Sunday. I'm always excited about seeing our Tuesday night people live and in person.
Absolutely. So anyway, with that said, folks, we are out of here. Thank you all so much again. Don't forget, if you're on Angie's side, let me pull up the codes. If you're on Angie's side, pop over and visit my side when it comes to the YouTube channel. And make sure once you pop over there, you hit that subscribe. Here we go. And then if you are on my side, if you're in my thing, my page, and have not hit Angie's yet, make sure you follow this one and get over on Angie's and give her some love with that subscribe button.
You have to click the subscribe. If you just go to the page, you just visiting the page. If you don't subscribe.
Exactly. And then if you have some time, make sure you hook up Shauna too. And then here is Bonnie's, who was on here earlier with the love readings. So if you love readings, this is the one to follow. And then last but not least, we have Julie up here. Let me put her up here. Where is she at? There we go. Love Riot Warrior. So follow this one. And Julie is on with Bonnie on Wednesdays. So if you're on either one, you'll kind of pop it up. Also, Julie is with Susan on Tuesdays and Scott on Fridays. So with Julie, you get 3. So check out Julie, connect to Julie, subscribe with Julie. You get 3 for 1. So you're going to get 3 different times for live readings. And with me, you only get 2. So hook up Julie there, okay?
Y'all, one day I'm going to surprise y'all and do an all love reading. When I get done, my hair going to be all white because I'm going to be done crazy. But one day I'm going to come on here and I'm going to do all love readings. Y'all going to be like, hot damn, Angie done lost her mind. And I'll be like, yeah, I did.
I'm just going to sit back and watch because I'm like, whatever.
Y'all help me. You know what? I'll probably do 2 readings and be like, you know what? I quit. Shut it down. We're going to start all over again. I can't take it. I don't know. Ooh, Ronnie, you a good one because I can't take it. I just be wanting to be like, what?
Yeah. I must say, I'm kind of there with. I just
listen to Terry T egging me on. Everybody like, go ahead and do it. Y'all ain't right. Y'all don't love me. Y'all just want to see my head explode.
I'm telling you. And again, if you want to get a T-shirt or if you want a reading, from me, you can go to this page. This is the Etsy shop. That's where I sell the readings, and also I do the merch. So if you want my logo, which is up here, it's on a shirt. If you want the major kind of tarot cards, that's there too. And
I got my cup, and I have my I believe in the infinite abundance cup. I drink coffee out of it every morning.
There you go. I'm loving it. I love it. So again, with that said, we are out of here, folks. Let's find some. I don't have any exit stuff, so I'm just gonna play the intros for the exit. How's that? Oh yeah, and yeah, that's it. That's good. I'm making sure I have it. I do. Here we go. Good night, everybody. Great to see you in.